The chair that moved and judged me. I didn't think things could get weirder than a disco-loving ghost with a flair for dramatic song choices. I was wrong. It started around 11 p.m. Prime question, all your life choices hour. I was curled up on the couch with pickles, pretending to watch a baking competition but actually scrolling through my ex's Instagram. Don't judge me. Okay, you can judge me. Everyone else does. That's when I heard it. Scrape. The sound came from the kitchen, like a chair being dragged across the tile. I froze. Not slightly pause the video and listen froze. No, I'm talking deer in headlights, about to be in a Netflix true crime documentary froze. Another scrape. Louder this time. Now, here's the thing, I live alone. And my kitchen chairs do not move on their own. At least, they didn't before last night. I stood up slowly, clutching the nearest weapon available, a half-empty bottle of sriracha sauce. Because obviously, if a murderer breaks in, hot chili paste will save me. I peeked into the kitchen. One of the chairs was pulled out from the table. That might sound normal to you, but here's the catch, I hadn't been in the kitchen for hours. The last time I left that chair, it was neatly tucked in. And now it was sitting in the middle of the floor, angled toward me like it was waiting for me to sit. I did not sit. Instead, I whispered, "Nope," like the brave, independent woman I am, and backed away. That's when the chair shifted. Not a big dramatic leap, just an inch closer. Enough to make me question every decision that led me to this moment. Okay, I said, mostly to Pickles, who was now peeking from behind the couch like the world's worst bodyguard. This is fine. Chairs move sometimes. Chairs have feelings. The chair scraped again. I swear it was leaning toward me. I grabbed my phone to record it, because obviously if I was going to be attacked by furniture, I wanted evidence for the group chat. But as soon as I hit record, nothing. Still. Silent. Innocent-looking chair. I lowered my phone. Scrape. At this point, my fight-or-flight had turned into stand here and negotiate with a piece of IKEA furniture. Look, I said to the chair, I don't know what you want, but I'm not falling for this. If you're possessed, fine. If you're just squeaky, also fine. But we're not doing this tonight. Silence. I turned to leave. The chair tipped over. Completely. Loud crash, echoing through the kitchen. I screamed so loudly Pickles sprinted into the bathroom and knocked over my laundry basket. When I looked back, the chair was upright again, perfectly tucked under the table, like nothing had happened. I didn't sleep that night. And when I woke up this morning, the chair was in my bedroom. Chapter 5. The gate is not a metaphor. From the diary of Emily Cale. Let me just say this. When someone says, "We're unlocking the gate," you assume it's metaphorical. Like, unlocking the gate of understanding. Or consciousness. Or maybe access to the special members-only subreddit for the abducted. Nope. The gate was real. And it was buried under the Greyston water tower. After I recovered from my squirrel-induced heart attack, Vega showed me the hatch beneath the tower base. A rusted metal trapdoor, hidden under a suspiciously fake-looking patch of grass. She pulled it open with zero hesitation. "How did you even find this?" I asked. Project Echo has blueprints online, if you know where to look. Which is totally not terrifying. The ladder inside led down farther than should be legally allowed in a small-town municipal structure. We climbed for what felt like forever. My arms were burning, my boots were sweaty, and halfway down, I remembered I have a mild fear of enclosed spaces and falling into government tunnels that might lead to my doom. Almost there, Vega called. "You said that 10 rungs ago." No, now we're almost there. When we finally hit the ground, I wasn't sure what I expected. A bunker, lab equipment, creepy mannequins in lab coats. What I did not expect, a perfectly round, glowing doorway made of humming metal, floating about a foot off the floor. Just hovering, buzzing with that same static ID been hearing every night. It looked like a cross between a Stargate and a high-end Bluetooth speaker. My skin started to tingle. Not like goosebumps, like resonance. Like my bones were singing. Vega handed me back my notebook. Hold it near the gate. I did. The moment the page with the first set of coordinates got close, the gate flared. Bright blue. The notebook got warm. What is this? I whispered. It's a frequency lock, she said. The gate responds to your pattern. Your key. Oh cool, I said. So I'm a walking alien USB stick. Great. Suddenly, the mark behind my ear began to burn. Not warm. Not tingle. Burn. I dropped the notebook and fell to my knees. A sharp noise rang out, like every emergency broadcast test I've ever heard played at once. Vega knelt beside me. Breathe. Focus on the signal. Don't fight it. Easy for her to say. Her brain wasn't being hijacked by a cosmic ham radio. And then, I saw it. Not with my eyes, but in my head. A flash of symbols. The spiral star. A map. An enormous chamber filled with others. Other kids, teens, marked like me. Hooked up to something. Like we were batteries. Or beacons. One of them turned. A girl. Blonde. Familiar. Emily, she said. You left us behind. I screamed. And the gate shut off. The room fell dark, except for Vega's device, blinking furiously. Okay, she said quietly. That shouldn't have happened yet. Yet. What do you mean yet? She looked at me with something between sympathy and awe. It's starting. You're activating faster than the others. I curled up on the cold floor, shaking. My head was buzzing. My mark was glowing through my hoodie. And the static wasn't whispering anymore. It was screaming. The texts from nowhere. I didn't touch the mirror. Didn't even look at it. I just stared at the ceiling for an hour, telling myself, if you don't acknowledge it, it can't kill you. Which, for the record, is terrible logic. But it's all I had at 2 in the morning. Eventually, I reached for my phone, mostly to distract myself by doom scrolling and also to see if anyone was awake who could talk me down from mirror paranoia. That's when I saw it. A new message. No name. No number. Just blank where the contact should be. It said, nice blanket. I froze. I hadn't told anyone about the blanket. I hadn't even texted Emma yet. The only person who knew about the blanket was me. And the smiling demon reflection ID trapped in that mirror. Before I could process, another message popped up. You should have picked a warmer color. What? I whispered at the phone like it could explain itself. My hands were shaking so badly I nearly dropped it. Pickles had moved to the end of the bed, staring at my phone like she was expecting it to sprout legs and walk away. Then came the third text. Turn around. Absolutely not. No, we're not doing that. I've seen enough horror movies to know turn around means prepare for instant death. I stayed perfectly still. Another text. I said, turn around. The dots, those typing dots, appeared. Whoever it was, or whatever it was waiting for me to comply. I decided to be a rebel and typed back. No. I hit send. The dots disappeared. For a few seconds, nothing. Just silence and my heart trying to escape through my throat. Then, the mirror, the one next to my bed, rattled. Just once. Enough to make my bones feel cold. My phone buzzed again. Photo message received. It was a picture of me, lying in bed. Right now. From above. And in the photo, I was smiling.